days to come and carry us like...
Was today one of the longest days of your entire life?
I've had a lot of long days, so it's really hard to like rank it.
I would say that's a no.
It went smooth.
Yeah, of course it did.
Other than waking up for the day at 4:30, everything else is pretty, there were moments. I just started thinking about like a play-by-play of the day.
If you haven't watched it in a couple of days, or ever, we just drove back from Myrtle Beach, and Lyndle got a little sick last night, so she threw up. Thank God she didn't throw up in the Ferris wheel, the Sky Wheel ride that we did, because it reeked. So luckily, it was like a mile away from our condo, so we walked all the way back, and as soon as we walk in the door, Lyndle throws up like all over the floor and the stroller. She got a little bit on Allie Sue.
Oh, herself.
It's like she could have thrown up right outside and wouldn't have had to clean it up. Oh, speaking of that, the stroller. I left it outside.
We need to like power wash it. I looked to see if like the fabric-y part of the cover of the seats came off, and it didn't.
Yeah, okay.
So it needs to be...
Well, the whole thing needs a wash anyway.
The problem
clearly
was...
never washed it.
We're at an Airbnb. Yeah, we've never washed it. It needs washed. We're at an Airbnb, and like the last 2 Airbnbs we've stayed at have been great, except for very poorly equipped with, you know,
paper towels, trash bags,
like the
laundry
necessities.
detergent.
I mean, so laundry detergent I can kind of understand, because that can get expensive if you have a family staying there and doing a ton of laundry.
Right, but
to
if
provide pods.
Right.
But like that's kind of what an Airbnb is for when you need a home away from home. Like that's kind of what they boast.
Right, exactly.
And the first place didn't have cooking spray. It was just like several...
Can you hold that? I have a splinter.
Oh no. Several things that I would consider necessities that they didn't have, or they were completely out of. The first one, they had a Keurig, but they only had maybe 2 Keurig pods left. So, which is fine, because we have our type of Keurig pods that we like better anyway, and so we're bringing those ourselves anyway, so it didn't matter. But for the person that is coming there to stay, and just like, I feel like that's built into the price, is a fully stocked home.
Right.
And the last 2 were just kind of not that, but ended up being fine. Like great locations for both of them.
Yeah.
And
the only problem is when your kid throws up, so you need
laundry detergent and trash bags.
Right.
And paper towels.
Exactly.
All of those things were.
And like spray.
Some kind of spray cleaner.
Right. Which it didn't have.
Nothing.
But I mean that
I was taking cups of water and like pouring the water on the stroller and pouring the water on the ground to like kind of clean it up more than just wiping it.
Right.
It was a mess.
And you did that with regular towels, and then just put them in the washing machine without soap. So that made...
We did soap. There was one pot
the
left.
first round, but not the second round.
Oh, not the second round.
Right.
No, so there was no...
But at least we were able to clean like Lyndle and Alex's clothes. Like we had enough laundry detergent there.
Yeah, and then like packing up for the drive home, we're having to think about, like, we probably need an extra outfit for everybody. We didn't know who else was going to get sick. Lyndle happens to be the only one that if she spikes a fever, she throws up. Like none of the other ones really do that. That we know of. I feel like
Right.
Ada and Allie still
Pretty young.
Yeah.
Right.
So we don't really know, but yeah, it's weird. It's a weird symptom. So anyway, I'm just like bracing for impact. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't know how I'm gonna do a whole other illness.
Well, hopefully it doesn't happen. I don't know. Nobody else is symptomatic whatsoever. Everybody else is acting great.
You better knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood. Today's drive went great. It was 5 hours.
I am not scared to go in the car with the babies anymore.
No, they've really turned a corner.
Yeah.
It was ever since they started watching really Elemental, I feel like. Well, Miss Rachel was kind of like the first stepping stone. This is to get them to like watch a tablet or a movie.
And Moana.
Moana, yeah, so it was like Miss Rachel and then Moana, and now they're all about Elemental. Especially Allie Sue. She loves that movie. Like, Allie Sue will legit like sit down and watch almost an entire movie.
Yeah.
Ada gets a little bit bored, but...
Definitely helps with traveling.
Yeah, so it's like traveling now is like we can go somewhere for the weekend. It won't be such a big deal.
No. Yeah, I'm thrilled.
Although,
Yeah.
like 2 days ago, we said we're not going to travel again for another year.
Yeah, I was in a place 2 days ago. The whole, like, we had been gone for almost 2 weeks, and then you're just like the ultimate family man, I feel like. And Brad has this idea that we're going to stop at Myrtle Beach for this beach weekend, and it's like, do we need a beach weekend after we just spent 2 weeks at the beach? Just like, can we just get home? And of course, at that point, we did not know that Lyndle was going to be sick. And so she ended up being like pretty puny the entire time, which there's like no better place than to be at the beach. If she's feeling well enough, we can be away from everybody and just play in the sand and be in a wide open area and like not worry about getting other people sick. But I don't know, having all said and done, I definitely could have passed on this weekend and would have preferred to be home. Because then we would have had, like, we're home now. Brad goes back to work tomorrow, and you should see the pile of laundry on our bed. It's like, it's great to have laundry in your Airbnb where you come home with clean laundry.
I was going to say, that's clean, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it all needs to be put away. So you don't have like the day of a buffer of doing laundry and then putting it all away as it comes out of the wash. It's like all clean and ready to be put away now.
Right.
Speaking of which.
Well, it's 8:27. We can go do it. Knock it out in 10 minutes. Still be in bed by 9 o'clock.
Eloise?
Wee.
Oh,
Pooh's onesie? You need it? Okay.
She sleeps with it on.
Where is it?
That
Is
makes
it in the
sense.
playroom?
It's got to be in the playroom.
Okay, I'll look.
Hey, do you like your new jammies?
Yeah. This is tiny.
The towel. The tail's the best part.
It is.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
Look at that.
To be fair, I gave Rachel every opportunity. So I didn't book this Airbnb. When did I book it? Wednesday or Thursday?
You have nothing to defend yourself about.
I booked the Airbnb in Myrtle Beach. So Myrtle Beach is about 75 miles off Interstate 95. So it ended up adding probably an hour and a half total drive time.
What?
It was an hour and a half.
No, it was not.
We got home in less than 5 hours today. And the only reason
And it took us.
the only reason it took 6 hours to get there was because of that bad accident,
Uh,
which we've vlogged about.
It didn't end
So-
up being a bad accident anyway. And
No.
it was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
it was
didn't.
either 5 hours and 45 minutes, or that put us back like half an hour. So it was 6 hours and 15 minutes. And we didn't make a single stop in over 6 hours. Not a single stop.
And it went great.
I changed a diaper in the front seat
Yeah. And the
while
drive.
we were stopping traffic, of course.
The
Like
dr-
completely stopped.
I feel like the whole 2 weeks that we were gone, the easiest times were the car rides.
Definitely.
I couldn't find her.
Okay,
mom.
I'll
All right,
help
we'll
you find
help you.
it.
All right, real quick, I'm going to calculate this. Rachel, can you pull out your calculator? So I wrote it down. It's 2 hours and 2 minutes
Okay.
is what it added. So it's closer to 1.5 than it is to 3.
Okay. Okay.
However, the drive there ended up being well over 6 hours.
Right. Because of the standstill.
Yes. So, but like I said,
So that might push it closer to 3 hours
Yeah.
that it added.
it did. But
We would have hit that traffic no matter what. Whether or not we stopped in Myrtle Beach, because it was on 95.
Right.
It would have happened no matter what, where we were stopping. I guess, like, when I was in my freak out moment of, like, first of all, I thought it added an hour and a half each way off of the highway and back on, but maybe you kind of go in a V.
You do go
So,
in a V,
yeah.
yes.
So that probably is why it wasn't a full 3 hours. But I was thinking we could just stay right along 95 where it doesn't add any time, but then we wouldn't have got the experience in Myrtle Beach. So
well,
this is all just like,
and I mean honestly, if you look at a map from St. Mary's, Georgia, all the way up to Norfolk, Virginia, like right along 95, that's like close to halfway, there's not really anything. There's Fayetteville, North Carolina, which, Fort Bragg? We could go to
I don't
the
even
Army
know.
base. So that's the problem. There's just, drop a comment if you know a great place along, because
We'll probably go.
I was going to say, there's a chance that maybe we'll take the RV or do something. So yeah, drop a comment if you know a good place between St. Mary's, which is mile marker number 1 in Georgia, all the way up to Norfolk, Virginia. All right, let's clean up and go to bed.